On Sunday, April 14, 2024, the servant of God gave an international prophecy concerning aircraft crush in an eastern country.
So the Lord has been dealing with me on an issue regarding plane crash. An issue regarding plane crash. I think for now, some of you are aware that the Lord gives me prophetic visions of some of the things to come. And over the years, I have seen the consistency of it. Are you here with me? Oh, I say, are you here with me? So the Lord showed me in the vision that there's going to be a plane crash in East Africa. This is not West Africa, it's not Northern Africa, it's not Central Africa or Southern Africa. Specifically, I saw East Africa and I saw an aeroplane coming down like that. I saw people in this aeroplane. All of a sudden, they lost control. And I saw Kenya. I saw the country Kenya. We need to pray for Kenya. We need to remember people of Kenya in prayer. This is going to be a national disaster that will be in the news all over the place. To the extent that I saw the flag of Kenya at half mast and people had died and they were mourning. So we need to pray for Kenya. In East Africa, I saw this vision of that aeroplane coming down and people losing their lives. Let's continue to pray. Are you here? How many of you are going to pray? Say, Lord, have mercy on Kenya. In Jesus' mighty name.
Hello and welcome to the program today. I'm Layo Olarinde. We begin in East Africa. Investigation is underway into an helicopter crash that killed Kenya's military chief Francis Ogola. The government has sent a team of investigators to the crash site where General Ogola and 9 others were killed. General Ogola was among 12 occupants of the military aircraft that went down on Thursday afternoon, shortly after takeoff in the northwest of the country. 2 of the occupants who survived the crash are said to be receiving medical attention in hospital. President William Ruto has announced 3 days of mourning, calling it a moment of great sadness for the country. General Ogola first joined the Kenya Defense Forces on April 24th, 1984. He was due to mark 40 years in the military next week.
If you watch and listen back to the prophecy, the prophet of God had stated the part of Africa where the crush was going to happen, and he went further to mention the country name.
That there's going to be a plane crash in East Africa. This is not West Africa, it's not Northern Africa, it's not Central Africa or Southern Africa. Specifically, I saw East Africa and I saw an aeroplane coming down like that. And I saw Kenya. I saw the country Kenya. I saw people in this aeroplane. All of a sudden, they lost control. This is going to be a national disaster that will be in the news all over the place. To the extent that I saw the flag of Kenya at half mast and people had died and they were mourning.
Just as the prophet of God had said, it was going to be a national disaster all over the place. Most of the newspapers had reported it on their news portals.
Kenya's military chief, General Francis Ogola, died in a helicopter crash on Thursday, along with 9 others. They were on a helicopter which President William Ruto said crashed right after takeoff after visiting troops fighting cattle rustling. The bodies of the dead were returned to Nairobi late on Thursday. 2 soldiers survived the crash and were in hospital, according to Ruto. He added that an air investigation team is working to determine the cause of the crash.
Our motherland has lost one of her most valiant generals. We have also lost gallant officers.
Ogola was appointed by Ruto last year to lead the military. At the time, the president accused him of involvement in a plot to overturn the 2022 presidential election results. But he said Ogola was still the most qualified person for the job.
Welcome back. You're watching NTV tonight. We are still covering our breaking news today, our top story, where the nation has been thrown into mourning following the demise of Chief of Defense Forces General Francis Ogola. But now I want to take you to Sindar, near Tot in the county of Elgeyo Marakwet, which is close to the scene of the helicopter crash where NTV's Gabriel Kudaka is trying to find out what's happening.
As the Bible says in the book of Amos chapter 3, verse 7, God does nothing unless he reveals it to his servants, the prophets. This shows that God is still speaking in this end time, and Holy Hill Chapel Church, we offer our heartfelt condolences, and we will keep the lost military men family in our thoughts and prayers.